What's up, everybody? Baron Runstraw coming at you with another action figure review. Today, from Old Detroit, brought to us by NECA, we're looking at the Ultimate Edition Robocop. Super pumped to have this guy. One of my favorite, probably my favorite movie of all time is Robocop. Love the movie. Let's jump in and take a look at this figure. Looking at the box art here, it's definitely the same as like an old movie poster, which I love about the NIKA Ultimates. You get a lot of those movie poster style covers. Love that. Pictures of the figure on the back, everything, and then of course they are clamshell, so you can open it up, see what's inside, which is great for detecting like bad paint apps and stuff like that. As far as inside the package, this is what you get. You get, of course, the Robocop figure. You do get that unmasked Robocop head sculpt, as well as the Cobra assault cannon, the Auto 9, which is the primary weapon used by Robocop, and it also goes inside that spring thigh holster, which we'll show you that here in a second. And then you also get the Spike computer terminal interface hand. A little outdated by today's standards, but in '87 when they made that, that was going to be the future of connecting to computer terminals. Forget USB, this was where it was. This was the hotness. So looking at the articulation breakdown, it's not normal articulation. It does have the torso twist and mid twist here, but it's very Robocop, if that makes any sense. So single jointed knees. It's also got this piston on the back that connects to the foot. I know from previous Robocops that can be sensitive and can easily break off, so careful there. Now with some NECAs it's stiff joints, so you may need to warm yours up. Got a ball hinge here and then a single jointed elbow as well. So not the best range of motion, but then again, it's not like Robocop was like had the best movement because of like the suit and his overall design. So I think it's very true to it. These hands are connected on just, I guess, a ball joint. It's kind of a ball. I don't know how to describe that one. It's like a peg, just spins around. The thigh holster is the real like marvel here. Push this little button on the back and it all springs out for you to store the Auto 9. Great feature for the figure. Looks really cool. All in all, articulation's pretty decent for this figure. So one big difference between previous NECA Robocop releases is the unmasked head. So I guess that's what makes it an Ultimate, is the inclusion of all that extra stuff. I think obviously the skin tone is not 100% exact. It looks like it could be a little pinker. Would that be the right? Yeah, pinker, redder, something like that, more blush. But it looks like Peter Weller. I think it looks good. It's even got the bullet hole where he was shot by Clarence Boddicker at the beginning of the movie. Great head sculpt, good attention to detail, looks really good. And there's not one figure out there where the skin color is 100% accurate. It's always slightly darker, slightly lighter, not exact. But I think the sculpt wise, this is great. It's even got that little vein like right above his left eye. I think it looks really good. Perfect head sculpt to go with it. Not an issue with that at all. Looks really good. So another accessory included in this Ultimate Edition is the Data Interlink hand. So he uses this spike to connect to the computer terminals in the police station and at OCP headquarters to transmit information. Basically, spike goes in, transmits data, just like a USB port, only way more awesome. Even stabs a dude with it at one point, because it is just literally a metal spike that comes out of his hand. So that's super cool. Glad to have that included. Not a new thing from NECA, because they did have it on other Robocop figures, but cool to have this accessory as well. And these hands just swap out. They connect onto just a little nub attachment on the arm. Real simple to swap out. Didn't really need much. Just kind of swivel it around and it pops right off. Another accessory included is the Cobra assault cannon. So this is based off a Barrett M82 50 cal sniper rifle, and here it makes it seem like it shoots like grenades, kind of like everything is an explosive round, which the 50 BMG does that too, but it's never really specified that that's kind of what it is. Super cool. Use it at the end to blow up a whole bunch of stuff. He uses it to take out some bad guys. Really cool to have another Cobra assault cannon. And of course, you cannot have an Ultimate Robocop without the ultimate sidearm for Robocop, the Auto 9. Based off a modified Beretta design. It's just the classic sci-fi movie gun. Like, it's just one of those, like, if people see it, you recognize the Auto 9 as like, oh, hey, that's Robocop's gun. Super awesome. Just really cool. It's one of those, I'm not big into prop replicas, but it's one I would really like to have. Even just a resin copy of one to have, like, on a case on the wall. I just think it's such an iconic looking, like, movie prop. I would absolutely love to have one. And I think now after doing this, I think I may have to go back and revisit getting one. So we'll see. Newest accessory also included, first time ever, is a blast effect for the Auto 9. It fits right at the end of the gun, barrel fits right inside the end of the blast effect, so you have a nice little smoky effect that comes with the gun. Looks like it's been fired. I don't recall it being that big of a thing. I would have went for more of like a flash rather than like the smoke, but it's still pretty cool to have any kind of extra accessory like that. So good on NECA for including something like that. So if you do not have the Ultimate Robocop yet, I know it's been out for a little bit and I'm behind on these, but if you do not have it yet and are able to find it, you should find it for a retail of around $34.99. That may go up a little bit depending on where you get it from. It may be a few dollars more if you're looking at a local shop or place like that. But I've seen a lot of them still at like my local Walmart in their new toy section and electronics, and they're all at that $35 mark. That's how much I paid for it right after Christmas. So that's hopefully what you can find it for. Now, as far as this figure itself, there are a few things I would have included extra. Maybe like a different effect and stuff like that. But I think it's a really solid figure, and it's got a huge nostalgia factor. I would give this figure, honestly, a 9 out of 10. It's great. It could be better. Like, they could maybe redo some of the articulation points to make it better. But as far as, like, on a display in the shelf, which I actually have this one on display in my, like, childhood favorites section on my Detolf. So I would, like I said, give it a 9 out of 10. Things could have been better, but it also could have been a lot worse for what was included with that. So all in all, not bad. Highly recommend picking it up if you're a big fan of Robocop. I think you'll enjoy the figure. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I absolutely love the movie, so I'm really glad that I have it. So that'll wrap up this review. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's just a click of a button for you, but it means a lot to me and really helps me out. And if you know anybody who may be interested, share this video to them. Let them check it out. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys in the next review.